What up, everybody? It's your boy C for 3, man. I do this shit, and I'm here with a quick video, real quick. I'm about to break down, what to expect during the Sagittarius season 2022. It's been a crazy year, but it's time for some things to get into completion, you know. So I'm gonna just hop right into this. I'm gonna use some tarot cards I got right here, aka I call them shadow cards. I'm gonna use some of them to break down what's going on this season and give you guys a kind of overview, a preview of what to expect. Right now, it's November 22nd. It's the first day of Sag season, so I'm gonna break it down using the shadow cards and my expertise in occult and astrology knowledge. So I'm gonna just hop right into it. So first of all, before I get into the cards and things like that, the first thing we can learn about Sag season is that we're moving from a water season to a fire season. So we can first of all start thinking about how things are going to be less emotional per se, and we're going to have more of an action about us, more of an ambition to us. We want to make moves, we want to do things. Fire sign is about sparking that flame, that passion, doing things. It's more of an action sign. And not to say all the other signs in the zodiac aren't about action, but it's about balance and how we live life. So we went through a water season. You've seen the Scorpio. It might have been really emotional for some folk. And also Scorpio is a fixed sign, so it might have felt like it was dragging on. It was hard to get over a few things. It might have felt like we was stuck in a rut, whatever it was he was doing. And with it being a water sign, it was definitely more emotional. So Sag is definitely about moving. Just the last fire sign of the year, actually, until we get back to Aries in March. So it's a good time to make moves, do something, get active, be physical, be bold, bright, all the things that fire represent, you know what I'm saying? Courage and things like that. So Sagittarius is one of my favorite placements. Sag people, they laugh a lot. They have real good knowledge. They always know the best movies. They're really outgoing. And also, we're moving from a fixed sign to a mutable sign. So the things with mutable signs, we can start to see more options on our plate, more movement, more ideals, things like that. And so one of the first shadow cards I want to use to teach about what to expect for Sagittarius season 2022, we're going to use the first decan. And the first decan is just when the sun is between 0 to 10 degrees of that sign. And so to begin, we have the 8 of Wands here. As you can see, the 8 of Wands, you see all these wands or sticks or staffs. I like to look at them like you could light them on fire, really use them like torches or things like that. So as you can see, they're moving right now, like all these wands moving, flying. So the first thing I want to say about Sagittarius season with the 8 of Wands as a teacher is that we're going to have a rapid movement forward. Like I said, it is a mutable sign, Sagittarius. So if you felt stuck doing some things in Scorpio season, right now it's time to move forward. Progress and decisions, ambition, things like that. You most definitely want to get things in order. These things are kind of ordered, as you can see. 8, 8 deals with kind of infinity, just in self. 8 is a real good time of movement. If you ever seen the figure 8 when people dance that on the ice skate, it's like they're moving around. It's like a infinite loop, you feel me? Just the number 8 breakdown. With this card here, you see clear skies right now. So it's kind of drying up all that harsh energy we felt during Scorpio season. Scorpio season, you check out my last video I did with everything. It's really about death and rebirth when we dealing with Scorpio. So now it's time to learn from that. It might be time for us to take a journey and a travel. This deals with movement, like I say, almost like if you know about witches and things like that. In the occultic world, they travel on brooms, which kind of is symbolic of this right here. It's about movement with the clear skies. Clear skies mean there's no clouds to stop you, no rain, storms, anything like that. So Sagittarius also is ruled by Jupiter, so you might see a lot of positivity here right now with the 8 of Wands. And as far as us in America and on the world stage, wherever you at watching this video, you might see a lot of things in the news dealing with foreign relations, things overseas, new innovative ideas. If we did see the dark truth come out in Scorpio, We're going to see the lighter side of the truth come out. We might see more justice being prevailed here. As per astrology, this is a sextile to Libra. You know what I'm saying? So with this, though, you want to watch out for making too many moves, being impulsive. You know what I'm saying? Spending, doing too much. You might feel overjoyous with it being ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter does deal with kind of Jesus Christ type of energy and exuberant movement type of philosophical parable type of energy. So you don't want to get onto your preacher high horse right now, but it's a good time to really use your higher knowledge in making decisions right now. Now, the downside of this card right here, you know, you might be a person that's not making moves since Scorpio season, and it's like, oh, it's the end of the year, I don't know what to do. So you just really want to make sure you get all your moves lined up if you're feeling stagnant, because this is like what we need to do to shoot into 2023. And I find it funny, we have Thanksgiving coming in a couple of days, and a lot of people travel for Thanksgiving. So it's real good symbolic how they got that holy day, holiday going on in Sagittarius season, you know. 8 of Wands is a real good energy we can lose subconsciously to pick up on and vibe high and move forward whatever you need to this year. You know, it's a real good card. And I'm a Leo, so I fuck with it being a fire sign naturally. I'm a sun sign Leo. I have Mercury in Leo, and I also have Venus in Leo. So I'm kind of like a Leo stellium there. So I really, really like this action and energy that's coming up this season. Is real good, you know. So also I want to say, the downside of this, make sure you pay attention to the details that you need to make before you make moves. Like, everybody might feel like I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. Once again, it's immutable, so you have a lot of options. Shout out to the Gemini people, Virgo and Pisces, a lot of people that have a lot of actions, a lot of ideas, and just a lot of abundance of things. But coming with an abundance of things also means you want to check the small details, the fine print right now, because you can kind of overshoot it, you know what I'm saying, getting overzealous, as they say. So that's the first decan of Sagittarius, from 0 to 10 degrees. Now when we get to the second decan of Sagittarius, which is from 10 to 20 degrees, we're going to get into the energy of 9 of Wands, right? So the 9 of Wands itself, as you can see, we have the 8 wands that were flying earlier, and it kind of came to a pause. Now we have a person here standing with 1 wand. He looking kind of concerned, a little nervous. You know, he got the wrap on his head like he wants to fight or something. So when you see this right now, it's time for you to keep persevering, keep your courage. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long year for a lot of us. And ever since COVID, you know what I'm saying, we 2 years past COVID. So you want to, in a nutshell, you know, you want to bring that energy from the last card I showed you and keep fighting for what you've been fighting for this year. This is the 9 of Wands. So when we deal with the number 9, you know, that's the last number, because after 9 it goes to double digits, and all double digits are just adding 2 numbers together for like more of a greater summation. So this might be the final fight for a lot of us. This might be the final stage of 2022, which it is before Capricorn season. So you want to keep enduring what you keep enduring, keep fighting, stay positive. You have the inner strength, you have the skills, you know, even though you may be battered and bruised right now. Say you had a tough Scorpio season. That's my Xbox. Say you had a tough Scorpio season, bad things happen, or you've been going through it since maybe the summer. You know, it's a good time to face your battles head on with the optimism that Jupiter will bring this season, you know. And we might see right now a lot of people fighting court cases in the media and the news. You might see people standing up for their truth, themselves. You know, people not worrying about others. This person here isn't worrying about the things in the background. I mean, they are worried about the things in the background, but they're ready to keep moving forward with whatever it is this season, you know. Make sure you keep fighting for your dreams. Just like I said, it's a fire season, so you want to keep that ambition burning bright. Like if you wanted to like light a lamp or a torch, you want like the Olympic flame, you want to keep burning bright no matter how hard the perseverance is. And you know, the reverse, the downside of this, what you can look out for is this season is people being real over defensive, because everybody's going to be feeling real joyous. Everybody's going to be feeling real optimistic, and they can do A, B, and C, back to the mutable energy I was telling you. But you don't want to be over defensive just because somebody don't support your ideas, or you might be projecting your own fear onto people. That's a big thing we see in the 2020s right now. People are projecting their fears into the internet, the media, things like that. And I'm not perfect, but just per astrology, you want to watch out for that right now. And especially in the sky, we have Mars retrograde in Gemini, which is the opposite of everything Sagittarius. So you can get upset about real small details right now. Like, oh, you might just all of a sudden come out in Sag season and be like, you know what? Y'all niggas ain't supporting me. These people ain't supporting me, and I ain't with that shit no more. Like I said, it's the 9. You might feel like you fed up with it right now. So just really watch out for that, and having like a lack of trust with people, because you're shooting so high with the Sagittarius arrows right now. That can happen. But it's a real good card. Just remember to keep fighting, endure the challenges, and keep fighting for your dreams. Even though you might be scared, or I had a wreck this year, and I got kicked out my main apartment this year. So it's a lot of things I've been fighting on, and I'm going through a Saturn return, just to put it all in perspective. But you might see a lot of celebrities and famous folk, neighbors, and everybody fighting for themselves right now. It's a good season to kind of, get that energy good before we go into 2023. So next, we go into 3rd decan Sag, which deals with the degrees from 20 to 30, which is going to end up Sag season. So that's one way how the shadow cards go. They go from decans, so they go from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, then 20 to 30. And on the last spectrum of Sagittarius, shadow card wise, we get the 10 of Wands here. Now, if you pay attention to the 8 and the 9, we've been gathering momentum. We made the moves, and we keep fighting, we keep fighting. But the thing, when you get here, that you've been fighting so hard that you got an extra burden. As you can see, he's carrying these sticks. These are 10 wands now. So it's almost like he progressed from the other card of fighting hard about things, and now he's just ready to, he took on a challenge. Let's say he took on a challenge. He beat what he had to beat. But now it's like you got to keep fighting. It's like a burden, you holding all these on your back. You're trying to make it to the finish line. You see like his house is right here in the back. He's like real close, but it's like you got to keep fighting. You got to keep going. You have a greater responsibility. So if you saw the first card, the 8 of Wands, just the regular movements with no people, the regular wands with no people, it's like now that you made that move to a new place, now that you fought for where you want to be in life, now you have to deal with the extra bills that come with it, the extra stress. And I look at it because all fire signs deal with sports, and you can see these play out in sports too. You can see certain sports figures talking about they deserve to win this MVP, or certain sport figures talking about I want to lead this team, or maybe somebody who feel like they've been carrying their team on the back all basketball season, all football season. They might just be almost tired of it, or they might be, if you're really a warrior, ready for the long haul. So this card here, when we get deeper in Sagittarius season, almost probably somewhere in late December, you might see some people starting to burn out. So you want to watch for getting sick in Sagittarius season. The accumulation of all the things we've been doing in 2022, ever since you could say the opposite Gemini season is kind of coming back into fruition. Even though this is a positive card, you want to make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew right now in life. Like a great Spider-Man quote, this comes to me like, with great power comes great responsibility. So after all this positive building, some people can start to burn out. I'm gonna just turn my notes right here, see what I got written. Yeah, more goals, more problems, you know what I'm saying? This can be somebody who's working 80 hours a week, and they're not taking a rest right now in Sagittarius season. They've been doing it all fucking year. And they've been doing it since June, July, August, April, May, ever since Taurus season, working hard. Somebody might fall off, or they might feel like they bit off more than they can chew. So you might want to let go some of these responsibilities and a negative connotation, Get some people to help you. Try to build a team. Try to get some friends, family members, whoever you need to help you this Sagittarius season to carry out all your ideas. It don't even have to be physical all the time. You can have a lot of ideas in your head mentally. You want to do this, and that. And sometimes people can't make the move to be the person that has a lot of power to carry that responsibility because they have too many ideas or they have too many things going on inside. So you just want to make sure you don't do too much this season. Like I said, it's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter brings expansion where it's at. It brings like an expanded energy, like it's like the Jesus Christ energy. But if some people can't handle it, you do want to step down. You know, it's you by yourself. And I want to say a lot of these cards for Sagittarius, it's not like a lot of people. Like when you deal with the Cancer cards, you see more people in it. Or you deal with even like Leo energy, you deal with more people. So a Sagittarius is more of a personal journey type of card, if you ask me. So you want to make sure you are taking your own personal journey seriously, but don't burn yourself out this season, because this is fire season. So you can start off with a great bit of energy. And I know this because I'm a Leo. You can start off with a great bit of energy and then all of a sudden just burn out quickly. So watch out for that. But you can definitely see that in our life, celebrities, sports figures, especially sports, because it's a fire sign. Sports might be popping right now. Definitely see that coming out this season. And you might see some actors step down from roles. You might see some musicians, start talking about how hard the industry's been on them, how hard it is for them to make new songs. Things like that might come into play. And last but not least, I have one more card to show you guys for what to expect during Sag season. This is the card of Temperance, right? So Temperance is a major arcana card, so it's like the major lesson you can learn about Sag season. And when you see this card right here, it's like an angel figure with a lot of balance and duality on it here. As you can see, one foot is in the water and one is on the rock. It's a balance. They balance in the two cups right there. Like you're trying to pour into one to another. You're trying to find that right balance. So with all that excess energy, like I showed you with all the wands, especially with the last one, the 10 of wands, you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to learn moderation this season. It's real easy to do things in excess right now. Like I say, all immutable signs, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sag. You can definitely learn from doing things in moderation right now. You can learn to stay calm. This is like a calming, flowing energy card, kind of stay calm with your emotions. Like, you got to stay grounded, like you see the rock here, but keep one foot down into the emotional realm, the subconscious realm, but don't get too far off the rock. You don't want to have 2 foot into the pool and then you forget that you're living on Earth. That's like a practical message we see here. And with the cups, you want to make sure you're letting your emotions flow. You're using a little bit of alchemy. This is kind of an alchemaic type of card. You mixing, you balancing, you're trying to find the right ratio of certain things, Clear long-term goals, as we see the 8 of Wands, we're moving somewhere. This is about knowing where you want to go for next year, knowing how you want to end this year up strongly, knowing how you want to keep fighting for yourself. But you want to do all this in a way where it's clear-minded, clear goal. As you can see, this path here going back to the mountains of the crown. You want to have a clear, higher crown chakra knowledge of where you're going right now. And this is a singular card too, so this can represent your inner self or your higher self. So you definitely want to get in tune with that, because Sagittarius is the philosophical house in the zodiac. So you really want to kind of find your own philosophy of what you're doing here this season, this month, these next 2 months before we get to Capricorn. You really want to sit with yourself and see, what is it that I need to have more balance in on my life? What can I really learn on a higher spectrum about how to live here on Earth, or how to tap in with the subconscious spiritual realm, things like that. This is one of my favorite major arcana cards because it really requires you to slow down but not stop. It kind of tells you to take stock of what you're doing, don't quit. It's still in the Sagittarius vibe, but one of the most high vibing cards in the shadow card deck, So that's pretty much it, man. And then when you see this, you might see this play out in public, like a lot of justice might be done. You might see people in the sports field talking about this is the goal they have for the team this year or for their personal self. Or you might see people who might have been plagued by emotional issues, physical issues, whatever. They might come to understand the balance of life, the flowing of it. You could kind of just find a lot of answers right now in Sag. We might find old mysteries being solved. Just things like that, man. We already saw that toward the end of Scorpio season. A lot of deep, dark mysteries were being unfolding. We might see things happen in like more of the church realm, in the religious realm. We might see those people and personas come more on the front street during this Sagittarius season. So these are just what you can expect for Sag season. You know, you're gonna see a lot of people fighting for their rights and beliefs on a collective level and a personal level, you know. So I really think this Sag season is gonna be really good this year. I've been going through a lot of people I know been going through a lot. And it's just life on earth, man. It's just a cycle, man. You know, we living in it. Just like even having a natural body is a cycle. You know, you young, you're a young adult, middle age, you're old, then you're elderly. So it's almost like the cycles of life, the circle of life, whatever you want to call it. And even the astrology wheel is the circle that's symbolic of that. So this season, you're just gonna see a lot of balance trying to happen, you know, and a lot of perseverance going on for people. So personally, don't get confused out here. You know, the media uses a lot of these things against us, so they might try to gas us up to care about a lot of foreign affairs, or you know, they might be telling us a lot of new things are being invented on a higher realm, like technology and religious. And you know, you might just see a lot of things shoot really high for the stars and excess. It might be a lot of information coming out too. But you just want to stay grounded, like I said, with the Temperance, and keep fighting for what you're fighting for. And just be prepared for next year. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. If anybody wants reading, hit me up on the YouTube, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good shit. I got social medias, Facebook, Snap, Insta, all the good stuff. Connect with me, get to know me more. But let's just all vibe high this season, Sagittarius season. Let's try to evaporate the harsh and dark waters of Scorpio. But Scorpio was needed so we can get in touch with more of our shadow side and see the realism of death and the occult in our face. Like I saw about the Kyrie and the Kanye situation, the Shanquella Robinson, R.I.P. So Sagittarius season, we're also going to see more bullshit, but it's time to really have a higher knowledge about it and keep fighting for what we all want right now. So yeah, like I said, you want to get in contact with me, just hit me up, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.